Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, my boys. How are you? We have an interesting topic today, which is formal and informal language. Of course, this is the tone of any type of writing. Okay, we have to differentiate between two different styles, formal and informal language. We can get the definition from examples. Okay, we will start with the formal. Okay, we can consider formal language, okay, as business, as business writing. Business writing means we can write to our boss, to our principal, we can write to our teachers. It's like an academic type of writing. Okay, but for informal style, we can use this type of writing with our friends, our family, and so on. This will be more personal, okay? That means we know those people, we know them. That's why we can find out some kind of close conversation between each other. But for the formal style of writing, okay, we can use this as more kind of business, more formal, more official one. Okay. So, for the definition, we can find out the definition here, okay? The formal style can be used when writing for professional or academic writing, like university assignments and so on. Formal language doesn't use colloquialisms or slang style of writing, okay? It's not public or street language, okay? Not like informal style of writing. We can use contractions or the first person, such as I or we. Okay? The informal language is more casual and spontaneous style of writing. Okay? We can find out some examples here. We can see some examples for the usage of informal and formal style writing. Okay, like here we can start with the contractions. What's the meaning of contractions? Of course, you have studied this in grade 7 and grade 6. Contractions means using the short form of the verbs plus not. Negative words like cannot, okay, will be can't, will not will be won't, is not will be isn't, like this. This is the contractions. We can find out here, this is the first example. The improvements can be introduced due to funding restrictions. This is informal. Why? We can see here on the line word can't be can't. So can't is a contraction? Yes. So when I want to rewrite it using formal style, we can say improvements cannot be introduced due to funding restrictions. So we only change can to be cannot. So this will be formal language. Okay, the second one, I don't believe that the results are accurate. So this is informal. Why? Why? Yes, because we have don't here. So we can change it to be do not, okay, and we can use another structure like the results are not believed to be accurate. So we have changed this into passive form, okay. So the first one, I don't believe that the results are accurate. This is passive or active? Yes, this is active. But the second one is passive, so he has used here are not believed, not aren't. Okay? He removed the contraction. The third one, the research project won't continue next year. The research project will not continue next year. Okay? The second example here, the phrasal verbs. We can use the phrasal verbs to differentiate between informal and formal style of language, like using them with the informal, and we can erase them in the formal style of writing. That alone was blown up for the experiment. Blown up, this is a phrasal verb, so it will be informal. Okay? Formal, the balloon was inflated for the experiment. So he has changed blown up and wrote another synonym for the same verb, okay, to complete the meaning of the sentence. The second one, informal here, the patient got over his illness. Got over, phrasal verb. Remember the phrasal verb? Phrasal verb is the verb plus preposition. Don't forget that. So, he has changed got over to be recovered. Yes. So the third one, the results of the study were mixed up. Mixed up here. This is the phrasal verb. Okay. He has changed the verb to be confused. Confused. Okay. This is the second example. The third one, using slang language or street language, like the mob was very rounded during the protest against cuts to university funding. So here, the mob means the workers or the cleaners, something like this, okay? The crowd, he has used the crowd instead of using mob, okay? The crowd was very rowdy during the protest against the cuts to university funding. So this is more official, more formal. The second one, lecturers still count on new students to use correct grammar and punctuation indices. He has used another style, okay, to change it to be formal, like lecturers expect new students to use correct grammar and punctuation instead. So he has changed count on to be expect. Okay? It was raining cats and dogs. Yes, this is a kind of using idioms, okay? It's like idioms. So also we can use idioms with informal style of writing, okay? Yes, but for the formal language, we cannot use idioms. So it was raining very heavily. This is the meaning of cats and dogs. So he has written the explanation of cats and dogs with the formal style of writing. The last example here, using first person pronoun. First person pronoun like I or we. This is the first person pronoun, I or we. Okay? Like the first one, I consider various research methods for the study. So various research methods were considered for the study. He has changed it to be passive, in passive voice. Okay, so he has raised I, okay, in the informal language to be here with the passive voice starting with the object. Okay, the second one, he started with the B. We believe that practice is unsustainable. It's believed that practice is unsustainable. It's believed, also this is the passive voice. Okay. The last one, during the interview, I asked the students about their experiences. During the interview, students were asking about their experiences. So this is passive voice also because he has voice here I. So we cannot use I or we or the first person pronouns with the formal style, but with the informal we can use it easily. Okay, we have exercise here. The following sentences are mixed formal and informal. Write F with formal or I with informal in this practice. Okay, let's read the first one. The project will be completed next year. The project will be completed next year. So, which type we can choose for the first sentence? Formal or informal? Yes, this is what? This is formal. Yes, correct. I showed that his arguments didn't hold water. I showed that his arguments didn't hold water. So, he has used the contractions here. Didn't, but did not, and hold water. We can consider it as. So, for the second one, I showed that his arguments didn't hold water. Okay, so which type we can choose for this one? Formal or informal? Yes, this is informal. Okay, the third one, see, I wonder why you put up with those formal conditions for so long. Yes, formal or informal. Yeah, he has used present verb here. Yes. So it's informal. Okay, the 5 more tests will be necessary before the experiment can be concluded. Okay, this one will be, yes, formal. Okay, E, it is possible to consider the results from a different viewpoint. Yes, also this is F, formal. Letter F here, it has been proved that the arguments so far are without foundation. Formal or informal? Yes. This is formal too. G. We'll have to do another 5 tests before we can stop the experiment. Formal or informal? Yes, this is informal. Next one, it is not clear why such terrible conditions were tolerant for so long. So this is formal. I. There are a number of reasons why the questionnaire should be revised. Yes, this is true. This is formal too. The last one, we finish the job next year. We finish the job next year. So this is informal. The last one.